Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the reserve list. Say hello, most of the reserve list.
Hello.
Most of reserve list.
Yay, most of the reserve list. We're missing a good old Julian and a good old Hugo this time round, but hopefully they'll be back next time. Guys, last time we left off, you all got into a big old band off with the various college bands of Crosshire, and in spite of various mishaps with drinking and mushrooms, getting one more time getting tripped up by your dad in the audience, straight up falling asleep on your instrument, and the enemy using criminal magic to try to sway the crowds, you were victorious. Not only were you victorious, you played the best damn music you ever done. And moreover, you are being heralded as the heroes of Crosshire. Isabyn, you saw Winnie Winfred Winchell was in the crowd, and she's the editor for the national newspaper, and she looked very pleased for you guys. That night, Edgar Galanis confronted you, gave you the option of letting him negotiate with the Cabal on your behalf, but you all went, nah, we're going to keep our stuff and fight them if they come for us. He gave you a marker, which he called a munta, which had a man with a blindfold on and his arms, palms face up. Kind of looks like a human version of the scales of justice kind of thing. And he said, you want to give that to the General Ciara Alunez in Menacille, and then take it to the master of the monastery, Master Ulani. He said that if you got in touch with those people, they would be able to provide you with a little bit of protection and training so that you can get stronger and not die when Brandon Lagazi comes back for you. Guys, that's where we are now. It is the morning after that night. You are in Crosshire. If there's anything else that you would like to do in town before heading out to Menacille, you know that it's about 3 days on the road before you make it to the big city. But Isabyn, you know that it's 4 days until your next gig, and you've got a few gigs lined up in Menacille when you get there. Menacille being the largest city on the border between Garendia, the Dragonborn Desert Nation of Care, and of course Aruhani, the Slaver Nation with the men with the iron masks.
So it'd probably be good for us to get some provisions together before we head off, potentially.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind looking for some spells as well.
Do we know the kind of terrain that we're going to be on?
Oh yeah, the road between Crosshire and Menacille is it's flat land. It's going into sort of hilly areas. You know that it's very safe. Menacille is a border city. It's very well patrolled, very well guarded. Nothing happens on the road. You're going to be safe as all heck.
Shall we get a map? So if we can find a map of Menacille around.
That's a great idea.
Wow. That would be great to have. And we could plan for where we will be.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. You know what? Zachariah's not really done anything for a while. Zachariah will come down and be. Yes. Well, you were all preparing for your fantastic band off yesterday. We're very, very pleased. My investment is starting to pay off. You guys are very good indeed. I've gotten things ready. So we've got provisions for the trip, and I've got you these fantastic maps of Menacille. I've just got them. Here they are, one for each of you.
Oh, thank you. How beautiful.
How very
Yeah.
convenient.
Not at all, not at all. I've got to do something around here. I've been here the whole time, after all. Very active member of this group.
Of course. Appreciate it.
Yes, definitely there helping when you face off against strange nightmare monster beings.
Brilliant.
Do we have a place to stay there?
Yes, this is you as a manager, Isabyn. You will have had the choice of staying in a couple of different locations. The Menacing Mouse Inn is the cheaper, more ordinary place that you would be looking to stay at, and then a slightly more high-end, more luxurious place with a bit more expensive is the Summerview Hotel.
I think Isabyn would choose the one with the mouse in the title, being so that Ito feels right at home, and also because Isabyn likes to look after the pennies, so there's no need to be splashy with the cash, even if we have some. And she'll just tell the band that that was the only choice they had.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So you guys have a place to stay in a few nights' time.
And when we're on the road, how are we? Will we camp, or will there be places to stay along the journey?
I'm gonna say that it's well traveled enough that there will be places to stay. Yeah, little waypoints.
What type of time are we?
Oh, you've just gotten up. It's just you guys can go onto the road if there's nothing left to do in Crochia. I just thought I would give you the option, seeing as you are there.
Yeah, can I just see if I can shop for some scrolls?
Sure thing. What you looking for?
I random dip. Like I'm not I have to be inspired when I see something, Josh. I'm not.
Glorious. How does the ice knife spell sound to you?
That's very much like that. That's my repertoire. Yeah, that sounds grand.
Glorious. Ice knife is a first level spell. Yep. It does damage and it can explode and deal more cold damage. Yeah, I'm sure there's a section of the DMG that's all about how much it costs to buy and sell and copy out spell scrolls. And are you looking to copy it out, or do you want the scroll itself?
Copy. Yeah.
Copy it out. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's 100 gold.
Fab. Yeah, let's just take it out of the let's just take it out of the kitty, shall we?
Yep. You guys have a lot of gold. It's just you got a lot. It's not gonna dent the savings.
So Gnurgle's very much sort of copying out. It's quite a good scribe, actually, considering he looks quite nasty. His handwriting's very nice, and he copies it out, and very much ready to use it at the next available chance.
Glorious. Anything else, or is that good for you for the moment?
That's me. Grazie.
Brilliant. Anything for Isabyn or Gwen?
Are we on our horses still?
You can be wherever you like.
How did we travel before? I've literally forgotten.
You had sort of you had some horses and like a cart that you guys could sit in.
Oh yeah. Did we borrow the horses?
You borrowed a couple of horses, but they were out front of the Gentle Repose, but you have returned them since.
Yes. So, I think Isabyn might want to do similar. So find some transport to make even if we walk, maybe having something to bring our instruments and stuff along.
Oh, yes, indeed. So sort of an upgrade to what you had before. That's fine. You see that this is a very easy thing to come across in Crusher. It's right between, it's literally the crossroads between Menacille and Potts Fort, which is another one of these sort of watchtower outpost that has become sort of a town in and of itself, which means that there are constantly sort of supplies going back and forth between them and to the capital, etc. So it'll put you back. It'll put you back 50 for something even kind of nice. It's got a roof. It's got little bits that come out where you can kind of sit under them and eat some food and stuff. They threw in a couple cushions. It's nice.
Isabyn likes that because she's got little legs, so she gets a bit more tired than other people.
Absolutely. Edgar Galanis's horse is gone in the morning. He is out of there.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are there tracks? Would one be able to tell which direction he went in?
Actually, here's maybe a better question. What time does Gwen wake up in the morning?
She probably didn't sleep all that well, and just sort of in waking up throughout the night just decided to get up at like 6 because she was like, there's no point going back to bed.
Okay. You get up at 6 and you see him packing up. He's putting the last things in his saddlebags on his horse.
Where are you off to?
Gwen, Menacille.
What business do you have there?
I can't tell you that.
Yeah.
You really did. You did well. And I'm not talking about the band, I'm talking about the fight.
Well, I didn't do very well in the band, so obviously.
I think you're great in the band. You're a talented ranger and you helped those people in their crisis afterwards. I saw that.
Why didn't you step in during the fight? You cleaned up afterwards, but you didn't step in.
I can't be involved with the Cabal right now. I just can't. I know that's not going to satisfy you. I just can't.
It's for official reasons? For work?
For what I have to do.
That's not what I asked.
You always get up this early?
Not usually. I'm better with night shifts. Couldn't sleep.
Me too. You should, you're gonna be fine.
Will you be staying in Menacille long?
Can't tell you that.
Okay. Well, you'll get there before we do. So, I don't know. If you're in town, we're playing a few gigs.
Gwen, I don't want to disappoint you. I'm not going to be able to make it.
That's probably for the best. Get tripped up every time you come in, so.
I'm sorry about that.
Safe travels.
Gwen, do you hate me very much?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what I hate. I don't know.
Okay. Safe travels. He'll get on his horse. And when his horse rides away, it moves so fast. It's way beyond anything a horse should be capable of. It's clearly magically enhanced. It almost creates a slipstream behind it as it goes off.
Obnoxious. I shall go back inside and get a drink. It's at 6 in the morning.
Dee's like, are you okay? Are you... It's 6 in the morning.
I think it's medicinal.
Oh, okay. It's one of those days, huh?
Mhm.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She'll sit there nursing it, waiting for these guys to get up.
These guys eventually get up. Zachariah Bilbron, maps, arrangements for the road, spells, etc.
Does Isabyn notice that maybe Gwen seems a bit out of sorts?
Shall I make some sort of check?
Are you trying to deceive your compatriots?
No, I'm trying to hide how much it's affecting her, but they obviously know that she's going to be affected.
Isabyn, if you could roll an insight roll, just for the degree to which you see what's
16.
going on.
Oh, wait, hang on. What do I add?
Your insight, so it's wisdom and or proficiency.
17.
17.
No, sorry. 18. See, math's not my strong point.
All
18.
good. All good. Gwen, I think on an 18, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, she's drinking, and it's 6 in the morning.
Yeah, it's
so.
not a good sign, is it?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Anything you guys need to do before we head out?
Nah, bruv. I'm good. I'm cushed.
I think we're all set.
All right.
How about you? Anything? Are you okay?
DM, how long would it take a letter to get to Thorogrove?
Ooh, that depends very much on on what class post did you use? Are you? It depends on how you're sending it.
Okay.
There's a post office in town if you'd like to check out their options.
Yes, I will do that.
Big, almost elvish stylized common script in big letters, Meglandir, post office, postal services rather, on this shop. You guys know that these are basically the express courier service that goes around the country. And this person inside, sort of long hair, looks like they are a student doing this as a job to make money while they're doing their courses. So like long black hair down the side, long lanky body of this human. We'll just go, hey, what do you need?
Just inquiring about prices and timing for sending a letter to Thorogrove.
Sweet. So you're going out of kingdom, so there's a little surcharge on there. Listen, it can take as long as you want, right? We can have somebody take it sort of as the traveling goes, which is quite a long time from here to Thorogrove. That'll be like a few weeks.
Yeah.
All the way up to sort of a premium package where we create a portal for you and just slip it into the door of whoever it is you want to send it to.
Sounds very convenient.
We got really slow bird. We got owls, the slowest of all flying birds that we can use to send if you want like the style point.
That would be like a really the most logical bird to use as message transport. How much is the portal?
It's only going to be 75 gold pieces.
It's quite steep though, isn't it?
Well, see, we've got to cover the charge of a teleportation circle spell, right? The material cost component of that. And then it's sort of the manpower, the premiumness of the service, that kind of thing.
Is there like an in-between thing?
I mean, we can't. I mean, we can't go subdimensional without sort of being around the same price. If you want sort of a much faster bird, we have other things besides owls.
I will take a faster bird then. Thank you.
Great. You know, we could go. We have this special breed of pigeon. They're called granite pigeons, and they go real fast. So
I think
that's
I've heard of those.
you heard of granite pigeons? Yeah, they're great.
Uh-huh.
Honest to goodness, they're so smart. I love those animals.
Yeah, I will take that, and I will send a letter to my mother saying, ran into Dad. Please explain this bullshit. Jesus Christ. Mother, please. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry for all the shit I put you through. What drew you to this man? Things are not good. And I will do a little doodle. I'll do a few doodles on the page, and hidden amongst them, I will have a little spider web with a little spider on it.
Colored?
And pardon?
Colored?
I will give it green eyes.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'll send that back. And I'll include where we'll be staying. And I think there's a post office in Menacille. Did I see that?
There is one in Menacille, whether I wrote it or not. Is
Yeah.
another thing altogether.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. If it can get sent to the inn we're staying or to the thing, whatever's easiest.
Great. Yeah. To the Menacing Mouse Inn, maybe.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. So like 10 gold pieces for that service. Cool.
Okay, and I'll pay for the return.
Oh, cool. So yeah, return, like we'll call it 18 gold pieces.
Okay. Done.
Great.
Thank
What a great letter.
you. Very tired.
It said what it needed to.
It
Yeah.
totally did. It's so clear. Brilliant. You've sent off your letter. And pack everybody into your new transportation, and off you go. The days pass on the road between Crusher and Menacille. You guys find the going to be very, the roads are well maintained, they're straight, they're flat, nice places to stay the night as you go. People have word has started to spread of the reserve list. These guys who did some really cool stuff in Crusher, and people are like, yeah, and I heard they did some cool stuff like before then as well, but they've been like getting better and better. So the name is starting to become a thing. You notice that Tombar is spending a bit of time sort of on his own a little bit. He's got that new book, seems to be enjoying reading that. And as you make your way towards Menacille, there are many others on the road coming from the city, sort of towards Crusher and Pottsford, and with goods bound for the capital and to various other parts of the world. Some people trade through Garendia to the other kingdoms from Aruhani, etc. You also see people going to the city. And as you go, more and more of these people on foot or in carriages or on horseback and all these things, more and more of these people are of Aruhani heritage, until it seems like there are actually quite a lot of people going to the city. So during your about second day's worth of travel, it seems like there are a lot of people coming to the city right now from within Garendia.
you guys know anything about? Is there some kind of festival? I don't know much about Garendian traditions.
For context, you don't know of any sort of festival or anything like that. And even Isabyn, you, with a little bit of street knowledge and knowledge of other cultures and things, you know that there really isn't an Aruhani holiday or a festival or anything like that coming up either. So it's not exactly clear why all of these Aruhani people are coming from Garendian territory toward Menacille.
Do we ask any of them as we sort of pass alongside them and travel with them?
Absolutely can.
Who's good at languages? Do we speak the same language?
They do. Most Aruhani do speak the common language as well as their own. But I think Isabyn, you probably speak Aruhani as well. So it's up to you. You can communicate with anybody you like.
Yeah. Okay, so, and other Aruhani people, are they a mixture of different types of people? Like, are they different? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, I'm a halfling.
Oh yes. You see almost exclusively humans.
Okay.
You might see you might see one or two Azamar, who are half human, half celestial people. So the opposite of a tiefling in that way.
Okay.
So they sort of have a shine to their skin and very bright, luminous eyes, but apart from that, appear mostly human.
So I think Isabyn would probably go up to somebody and just be terribly charming and charismatic, and just have a chat with somebody.
Great. Yeah, do you want to, like, what kind of person do you think you would, there are families, there are people sort of on their own, there are merchants.
Yeah, I think she might go up to a family because, and particularly if they're humans, the children might think she's cute too. So they'll be like, oh, she's the same size as us. Let's be friends.
Yeah, 100%. Oops. I'm just throwing dice around my room now.
And also she'll get Ito out as well, just to 100% get the kids on side.
The kids are 100% on side.
Right, there's a shoveling sludge fight happening outside right now with two of the neighbors' kids. It's very distracting. They're out of sight now. I'm glad it was like right in line of where I'm looking, and I was like, can't. They're just shoveling sludge and ice and water at each other aggressively. Apologies.
Canada, baby.
Hey.
Yeah, the mother will sort of introduce herself as Aria to you. Yes, and just sort of greet you, fellow traveler on the road. Yeah, anything you want to ask in particular. She'll sort of make small talk and comment on how lovely your mouse is, etc.
Your lovely mouse.
Yeah.
Lovely mouse. I'm just traveling with my companions. We're a band.
Oh,
I've
wow.
noticed that. Yes, thank you. I've noticed that there's quite a lot of people from your country all traveling. Is there a festival or something that we're unaware of?
Well, the king of Aruhan has asked for a census to be taken of the Aruhani people, and we are Aruhani citizens, so we are going back to be counted, so that he knows how many of his people live in the lands of Saigalia.
So how far have you traveled? How long have you been traveling for?
Oh, well, that's a very good question. I have to quickly consult my map. Gosh darn it. We have come from Soza. So we've been traveling for about, a week? A little over a week now? Oh, 9 days. 9 days.
And after you've been counted, you'll return to where you live now?
Oh, I imagine so. Yes, our lives are there. I know we're overdue to visit my husband's family back home in Gomahe. So it's been long overdue in any case. So it's worth it. But our livelihood, our lives are in Garendia.
Well, thank you for letting me know.
Oh, of course. Are you part of that big music competition that's going on?
We are. You've heard about it?
Oh, absolutely. We've had people coming through Soza playing. A lot of amateur people, a lot of people who are, very enthusiastic, not necessarily, but a good time nonetheless. All these different styles, and I have to say that it's part of what makes living in Garendia very exciting is the chaos of it all. You never know what's going to happen, who's going to rock up into town and set up their instruments, or what those instruments will be. It's very fun.
Wonderful. Well, we're hoping to win. We've been getting some good reviews, so look out for the reserve list.
The reserve list. Okay, fantastic. I will.
Thank you. Well, it's lovely to meet you, Aria.
And lovely to meet you, Isabyn. I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, they're going around the same pace as you guys. Maybe a little bit slower. So it doesn't slow you down that much to have a nice little time with these guys.
Or any of our party, do they have to, none of them would have to get censored then?
You guys aren't citizens. So no, the census does not apply.
Marvelous.
Alberta's got her thinking cap on.
Yeah, the thinking cap that Alberta has on is, if you wanted to know what Gwen was doing this whole ride, she's mostly just in her own head this whole time and practicing her lyre.
Brilliant.
What's Gnurgle doing?
In IRL and in game, Gnurgle was doing a bit of admin, spell admin. I've got a big list, so you just see him shuffling around papers and spells, and he's doing admin on his spell book. You see this quite nice looking book, but it's like the skin on the leather on the book. Could that be? That doesn't look like any particular animals that I've seen before. But yeah, you see sort of scrolls hanging out of it a little bit, and you see him just sort of shuffling through, copying stuff in and doing a bit of admin. Seems like he put it all to one side because he had to deal with some devils and demons and stuff. But yeah, he's just been picking that back up now, and he's back in the room now. Yeah, that's it.
Are you self-taught, or did you study somewhere? This has kind of piqued Gwen's interest because she's curious about everyone in the band.
Well, Gwen, since you seem to be interested in what kind of magic I'm into, I've always been interested in the dark arts of magistry. And he explains that he's self-taught. He basically is a bit of a maverick when it comes to magic. Maverick, I'm a maverick. No, he's just a maverick. No, he didn't have a master or anything like that. He was nobody's apprentice. It just basically it started off as a hobby, and then he basically took it from there, and along with his dosing of narcotics, and they piggybacked off each other, and that was it. There's no grand thing with Gnurgle. There's nothing in the background. He's just a smelly, creepy old man who likes magic and mushrooms.
Gwen thinks that's awesome. That's great. That's great. You're doing you.
Yeah. Shallow.
Yeah.
There's nothing deep about Gnurgle,
Hardly shallow.
Sorry, we're just on the outskirts of the town now, aren't we?
Yeah. So you were about halfway when you talked to Aria and Co. That night, you find another place to stay. So this will be your second night on the road. Third day of travel will get you to Menacille. But that night, can I get everybody to make me wisdom saving throws, if you'd be so kind?
This a charm effect by any chance? Trying to put me to sleep, either of those things.
It's not trying to put you to sleep. You can feel as you sleep, you become here. I'm going to describe something. So you guys go to sleep that night, and however you sleep, whether it be dreamless or dreaming, you suddenly come into a lucid state. The surroundings are whatever you would like for them to be, but you are aware, and time sort of stops. And you become aware of a magic reaching out to you. Everybody can roll me insight on this magic that's reaching out.
4.
18.
4, 18.
So 11 for insight.
Cool beans. You two just feel this magic. Gnurgle and Isabyn just feel this magic reaching out to you. Gwen, you can feel that it is not necessarily a malevolent force. So if you would like, you may choose to voluntarily, you don't have to make the saving throw. Or you can try to resist the magic, and that's the saving throw.
It's not malevolent.
It doesn't feel malevolent to you.
Does it feel like a charm effect?
It does not feel like a charm effect.
Then she won't resist it.
Isabyn and Gnurgle, can I get your wisdom saving throws, please?
It's a D20 again.
Yes. Plus your wisdom.
15.
15.
I got a 13.
13. Isabyn, you are able to rebuff this magic and exit this lucid state and go back into your dreams, or your regular sleeping. At 13.
I've just learned how to screenshot.
It's fun, right?
Yeah, I feel like an adult.
Gwen, you allow this to gently take you. Gnurgle sort of tries to resist, but you are drawn into this magic. This magic is not malevolent in and of itself, but the landscape around you does change. You are standing in a landscape that is very similar to the one in the waking world, but it is black and blasted with very dark swirls that seem to come up like dust devils from the ground, and sort of mix into the sky, and the sky is almost thundering, almost lightning, but very faint, as though the clouds keep going up and up and up. And in this landscape, standing before you, is a silhouetted person. They are silhouette. There are no sort of details. It's very difficult to tell who this person is, especially as it is not a profile. They are facing you. But Gnurgle and Gwen, you see that you are together here facing this person. And you both recognize each other.
Hey. Hi, guys.
Okay.
The silhouette, the most you can tell about the silhouette is that there are female. And this person's almost, they're a two-dimensional force in a three-dimensional space, so they can't really turn, but in some way they do turn towards the two of you. And you see their outline remains, but the color of the inside sinks backward and fades and swirls like smoke in a magic mirror, and you can see a seam. you can see some kind of laboratory underground. Gnurgle, you would recognize this looks like somebody arcane has made this their lair. There are candles of various colors dripping from the walls and on desks. There are scrolls. There are diagrams that seem to indicate no particular field of study, but it seems like they kind of go off in all directions. Every school of magic, all of the different outer worlds, all of these things. And in sort of the center of your field of vision, inside the silhouette of this person, you see a man who looks like he's about 60. He's got short, gray hair, lined face. He's wearing sort of mage's robes and carries a staff, a black, twisted, gnarled staff with a skull on the top. And in front of him is an enormous ceramic jar, like one of those really, really big ones. Gnurgle, could you give me an Arcana check, if you'd be so kind?
14.
14 is not enough to know more details about what is going on, especially here. So you don't know anything about these jars from your own studies. You watch as this man, he leans on the stick without needing it for support, walks over to this jar with a sort of a flick of the wrist, various dials and magically illuminated devices for calculating time appear. So he goes, I think it is about time now. Takes his staff and smashes one of these jars. Full disgusting viscous fluids flow out of it and sort of like squelch along the floor. And rising out of the jar is a nude and slimy Brandon Lagazi. He does not have his green eye thing going on, but it is him. And you see him slowly get to his feet. Usual time? You have been gestating for the usual time, Brandon. You should tell me all that has transpired to you. Nothing. Chaos factor. I'm going to deal with it now. You were in the area hunting for another one of your servants. I will get him. Everything's fine. I know that look in your eye, Brandon. This is when you fail to obey my orders. No. I will complete the task you set me on. I promise it. See that you do. And Brandon, don't make me bring you back again for the same people. Brandon holds up a hand. Wait. Dark mist covers his eyes. 2 green points of light flash out. Looks around him for a second, then looks straight out at the 2 of you and goes, don't say another word, Caspian. Someone's dreaming of us. The image fades. The silhouette is there in this landscape of darkness and dust devils. And you are banished from the street.
Okay. Am I awake?
Yeah, next morning comes.
Okay, so I'm gonna get up particularly early because of that, and I'm gonna go and knock on Gwen's door.
She'll get up and open it, and it looks like she's not surprised to see it. It's Gnurgle.
Morning, Gwen. How was your sleep last night?
Insightful.
I was
You?
expecting you to say that. I feel that we are dealing with something that is far more dangerous than what we first perceived.
Fuck have we gotten into?
I don't particularly want to have to deal with Brendan any more than we have to.
No. Me neither. I don't think we can. I think it was a fluke last time that we were able to do anything.
Gnurgle nods
And agrees. I think we better tell Isabyn about what has happened in the night.
Gather up the band.
Yar.
We will, explain what happened.
Aye. Exposition.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
What does Isabyn think about these dreams?
I think she thinks they're quite well, the fact that they had the same dream essentially, didn't they? So
Yeah.
I mean that's quite frightening. And I think Isabyn wonders if it was not a dream and it was more of an insight into something has happened and is happening, and wonders why they got to see that.
Josh, can I assume that Gnurgle will know that it's not? It's more magic than it is just like, you know, when you say you both had the same dream, it's nothing that to do with a dream. That was all Arcana, and Gnurgle can explain that it's nothing to do with sleep. It's just a message that is, it's been experienced, if you like.
More than that, Gnurgle, you would be able to say that somebody made this happen and brought you to the realm of dreams.
Yeah.
Happen.
Okay.
I didn't want to make that assumption, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Height and weight of the figure, the silhouette. Was it familiar?
The height and weight of the figure. This is interesting. No, it's not familiar to you, but it will be recognizable to you for sure. So if and when you come across a person with the same silhouette, you'll be able to tell.
Okay. Thank you. My other question would be, as the crow flies, how long would it take, or as the granite pigeon flies, how long would it have taken the my letter to get to my mother?
Interesting. It's been 2 days. I'm gonna say that it'll get to your mum in the next few hours.
Okay, that's interesting. Thank you.
It's a fast bird. So it wouldn't have gotten to her by this point.
Yeah.
It'll be like another half day or something before
Cool.
it gets there. Yeah.
Thank you. I want to ask Lydiana a question, but Lydiana isn't here.
I had
Lydiana's sleeping in.
Lydia, I had some stuff prepared specifically for Lydiana in these situations.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank-
I think Isabyn was maybe because she doesn't have any magical powers, certainly so far. I don't know if she gets any as she levels up, but
You're not en route to get innate magical powers at the
No.
moment.
so I think she finds the magic thing a bit, because it's really out of her realm of knowledge. She finds it all a bit scary. Not that she'd let on that, obs.
Yeah. It's when it comes to people and street smarts, Isabyn is Yagal.
Exactly.
But all of this is really weird.
Does it line up with what I know of the nightmare? Based on my knowledge of the dreaming,
Give me Arcana.
22.
Oh yeah. That 100% was an area of the nightmare.
Thank you.
Just 100%. It was not populated, which is weird. It should have been populated with your nightmares and the nightmares of everybody around you. In a roiling mass of churning imagination, going in and out of corporeality. And it wasn't that, but it was definitely the nightmare realm.
I will express that to these guys. It's not my area of expertise, but it's adjacent or opposite adjacent. The lines get fuzzy to it. So I know a bit about it, but this wasn't right.
What do you mean it wasn't right? What do you mean?
There should have been. It was just blank. Like, other than what we saw, there should have been, there should have been other things there. But
for example, Gnurgle should have seen a loving wife baking bread for him.
Horrible children running around me. Being
Happily.
happy.
Yeah.
Disgusting children.
So either something was able to take control of that area to show us specifically that, or I mean, that's what I hope it is.
Who do you think might have made you see this?
I thought maybe it could have been my mom, but the letter wouldn't have, like, she's not, we deal with the dreaming where I come from, but I apparently don't know anything about my parents anymore, so I thought it might have been her, but the timeline doesn't make sense. So I don't know.
Gnurgle, what do you think?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Gnurgle sort of goes off track with that and says to Isabyn, "Look, Isabyn, I didn't join this band to get involved with stuff like this. I mean, I've been to some pretty horrible places in my inner mind, but I feel like I'm a bit out of my depth when it comes to dealing with demons." And you can see that he's sort of wondering whether or not this is something that he should be continuing on with. That's just in game. In real life, I do. Don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing for somebody to be like, here's your ultimatum, either you give them what they want or they come for you, and to be shown, no, this guy's coming for you now, is essentially like, there are weird, fantastic powers at work, and this dude is back after you brutally murdered him and burned his corpse. Yeah.
I mean, he did enjoy the burning of the corpse. Don't get him, like, don't think that none of this has been like a bad thing for Gnurgle. He loved burning the corpse. But yeah. I'm only doing what I think Gnurgle would be
Absolutely.
like.
Absolutely.
I think he's a bit selfish. Do you know what I mean? And I think he would be thinking, I don't really need to deal with this shit. I don't know why I went into Prince Philip, but you know.
I noticed on the map there might be someone who could help us get a little bit more clarity. There's Madame Mads and Menacille.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, I can sweet talk her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we never got to go to Finicky Figs back a couple towns back, and there's one there too.
Finicky Fillions.
Oh, I can't read.
It's all
So we've
good.
arrived in the city, haven't we? So we can go and check these out.
Another day of travel brings you to the city. You enter by the open main gates in the north west quarter of the city, and you were in the visitors' quarter, which houses such places as the Menacing Mouse Inn, the Outer Plains Bank, the Dreamer's Lounge, the House of Skullduggery, and the Menacille Library and Records. You guys can see this city is built for defense. The walls are high and thick. The inner keep stands very tall. And in the two southern quarters, the residence and the diplomats' quarters, there are two watchtowers that are very, very tall and remind Gnurgle quite a lot of mage towers.
Love a mage tower.
Gotta love a good mage tower.
Mage tower.
Good old brick mage towers. Yeah. And you can see, yeah, all these Aruhani people are making their way through the visitors' quarters and through the merchants' quarters, trying to get either out the merchants' gate or through the diplomats' quarter, out of the diplomats' gate to go towards Aruhan.
What is the mage tower, please?
A wizard's tower or a mage tower is sort of the personal haunt of a very powerful arcane caster. Basically, at higher levels, wizards gain the ability to sort of fashion spaces to their design, sort of sub-dimensional areas, not unlike a bag of holding, but for buildings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Not at all.
Sometimes there are pigeons there, and those pigeons get named all the same name. And then they reappear hundreds of years later.
Ooh.
I noticed something on the map that we might also want to check out.
Oh.
In the diplomats' quarter, the Guresh estate.
Harathan Guresh was the man in the iron mask.
We have a task as well, don't we?
Yes.
Edgar gave Isabyn a munto
Yes.
coin to show to the general.
If I can flip through, I have like 3 to 4 different like universes worth of notes here. So I'm like, no, that's 400 years ago. That's in the future. Oh. Yes. We first need to take it to Ciara Alanez, who's the general in Menacille, and then we need to take it to Master Ulani, who's the master of the monastery.
Do we want to do that first, or do we want to investigate the dream sitch?
Where would those people be? Because it might just be a matter of on the way.
The general is probably going to be in the central keep. Master Ulani would probably be in the monastery of the Kensei.
Okay. Yeah.
You've got Madame Mads in the merchant's quarter.
Oh yeah.
You've got the Guresh estate in the diplomat's quarter, etc.
There's all kinds of stuff here. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Just there's so much.
There is. I filled it. I filled it with stuff.
I love it.
Does it take long to travel between any of these places?
No, you're within the same city now, so it's a hop and a skip anywhere you want to go.
Josh, is Engelhart someone in this campaign or a different campaign?
You've heard Engelhart because of Richard Engelhart, who ends up becoming the fiance of the queen.
Yes,
in
thank
a
you.
year's time. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that was where I heard it or here was where I heard it. Thank you.
No worries. I am more than happy to help you with
I need to like properly put my notes together so I'm not like all over the place. I'm like, I've heard this name somewhere. Apologies.
It's okay. I'm so obsessed with having the world be consistent with itself and things crossing over that not only will everything that we've done with our previous game come into this one, I'm also seeding things here for other things.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries.
All right. Should we take that coin first or head to... Yeah?
That's all we've got. That's something we've got to do, isn't it? So we may as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he didn't say do this or else. He's just like
Okay.
this person. He's like this person will help provide protection for you, and Master Lani will help provide training, so that you can get stronger.
Yeah.
So it's not you have no mandate to do it within any particular time frame.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Well, should we investigate the dream stitch then? Did you want to go and talk to was it at Madame Mag's? Is that what some of them said?
Yeah, let's head to Madame Mads. Might be good. At least before
Gnurgle?
next sleep.
Gnurgle happy with that?
Yeah, he's he's willing to turn his charms on to get what he needs. So yeah.
Glorious. You guys make your way through the throngs of Aruhani citizenry, and you can see that there are plenty of Garendian citizens in here as well, but there's just a particular sort of exodus going on. You make your way through the north gate to the merchant's quarter and up north past Risky Reagents, which seems to be a herbalism shop, to Madame Mad's augury auction. This is by far the nicest augury auction that you have been past. You know there was one in Batterbury, in Rithertell, in Crushier, and now in Menacille. This one's very well put together and sort of has a storefront with trinkets and things that you can actually buy. And you know, these great big purple drapes that hide mysteriously what's inside. Although you know from that thing that it's probably the auction.
Is there a catalog?
You can go inside and you can see on a big gold plinth that's just the tackiest thing you've ever seen, an enormous book with a catalog on it. Yes, you can see there's a catalog.
She's taken some business courses.
Indeed.
Some business courses. Business.
It's like the Argos catalogue of this world.
It's like the Argos catalog. Yeah, for sure. I will get this out of the back for you.
Do we see the lady of the hour around?
Oh, absolutely. This place is far more busy. There are a lot more of these sort of servant characters. They're all, you know, with the white gloves, dressed in black, with the cowled faces that sort of walk about, doing all these various tasks, manning sort of a till area where people could buy like trinkets and things. And Madame Mad seems to be running her fortune-telling service at the moment. So it's not an auction day, but she is welcoming people to a table with a crystal ball and performing acts of divination. And absolutely, you may approach. Gnurgle Shroombeard. Oh, it's been a hot sec.
Oh, you see him just blushing a tiny bit. What looks like blushing, it's some kind of weird discoloration on his cheek. Not necessarily like rouge, but maybe more like an off purple sort of color, like bruising kind of color. And it's like, how have you been, my dear? As he reaches out to grab her hand.
Oh, she will proffer her hand for a kiss.
Gnurgle takes it with his hairy palms and his long nails and sort of like licks his dusty lips like and he says, "You look radiant today."
Gnurgle, how I've missed that silver tongue of yours.
Now I've missed using it. And so he say, Mads, I don't wish to cut to the chase, but I need to talk to you about some particular magic that's been used recently.
Well, of course, you want to use my my place of business for what it is. Absolutely perfect. Here, she snaps her fingers, and a couple of these servants bring these curtains around you. And as soon as they close, all sensory information from the outside of these curtains is completely gone. It's like, now we are in private. You can ask whatever it is you like.
Thank you. Without boring you to death with detail, somebody had used some rather intrusive magic whilst me and my colleagues were asleep the other night. Would you know anything about the particular magic that may? It seemed like it was illusionary, but I know that divination is more of your kind of thing, and I felt like it was more within your kind of specialities.
Well, information and finding things out are my specialities, so whether it be illusion or something far more sinister, I'm the one to find out for you. Was it yourself who experienced these?
No, this is the interesting thing, because me and my colleague both were within the same vicinity as each other within this dream realm. We both experienced exactly the same experiences and feelings, and we both saw exactly the same things at the same time.
Right. Okay. Can I get you both to sit in front of me, please, and put your hands upon this crystal ball of mine, please?
Oh, yeah. Gnurgle, it's like reaches out, and it seems like his arm is really reaching out, and it's like quite long, horribly long, and then touches it.
Gwen will touch anywhere it looks like no one else has touched, because this whole exchange has really like just creeped her out so much. So she's gonna it's like an awkward place that no one would put their hands, but she's like, I don't want anyone in contact with me. Thank you.
Totally cool. Isabyn, this is more weird magic stuff. You watch Madame Mad with her beringed fingers call upon some sort of like blue smoke, which sort of swirls in the ball as well. Her eyes roll back in her head and blue light shoots out of them. So this whole place is sort of illuminated. Your faces are cast in shadow. And she goes, I can see a great deal is going on with you guys, if I'm honest. So, I mean, you have all of your stuff, Gwendolyn, Siannodel, and we can talk about that if you like. But insofar as your dreams and what have you, it seems very clear that what happened was somebody gave you a warning. You have, I'm going to be honest with you, you've got a really messed up person who wants you dead right now. And he, for a very long time, has been connected to the nightmare. Now, there's something I should probably clarify for you, my dear Gnurgle. Ordinary illusions befuddle the senses of those who are awake. And while it is true that illusion magic becomes much more powerful in the realms of dreaming and nightmare, the powers connected to those places are not illusory magics. Those are the raw stuff that has been shunted away from the world of Cygalia by the Accord, this this magic of order that makes the world what it is. In the dreaming and the nightmare, you get the closest facsimile to what the world of Cygalia looked like before the first settlers came. And it's real messed up, and it's no wonder that they made the Accord and made the world look the way it does.
It looked like
Oh, yeah, really, really bad. Truly very bad. Every once in a while, like sorcerers, you find people who connect to these primal chaotic forces. Brandon Lagazi has been connected to the nightmare and the elements of fear, anxiety, hatred, destruction from the instant he was conceived. And now that he's immortal, he's had a chance to really dig into that. He's a really nasty piece of work. And somebody wanted to let you know that he was coming. I can tell you where to go to find out who, if you're interested in that kind of thing.
For my friend's sake, we better know what's happening. So yes, that'd be very much appreciated.
He gives like a little wink.
You're going to want to go to the Dreamer's Lounge. That's where they deal with all this stuff. And the woman in charge there, her name's Jane, she's going to have a whole lot to say to you. The other thing I should probably mention, your compatriots who are not with us at the moment, it's vitally important that you keep a good eye on their mental health.
Thank you so much. How can I repay you?
Oh, Gnurgle. Honestly, you could buy me dinner. That'd be nice. Be a nice thing to do, seeing as you're in town.
Like to eat?
Surprise me, Gnurgle. Choose somewhere nice.
I'm new to town. You'll have to take me out somewhere, and I'll cover the price of the food.
She sort of huffs and puffs and then looks very pleased that you've said this and goes, yes, I'll pick out a spot.
Excellent. I have no further dietary requirements, but I must warn you that I am very susceptible and I get rather gassy, especially when I eat whole fruits and vegetables.
Is that a promise?
Yes, thank you ever so much. What time shall I pick you up?
Shop closes in, I don't know, an hour and a half?
I'll go put my best gown on. I'll come pick you up in the next couple of hours.
Wonderful, Gnurgle, wonderful. I will similarly put on my best robes.
Bid you good day, dear.
A very good day to you as well. Isabyn, Gwen, is there anything that you would like to ask about your more specific stuff?
Isabyn, do you have anything?
Not specifically. I'm being slightly led by you two because you saw the vision. So I'm kind of like taking my lead from you in that respect.
I think you're going to need more of a sick bucket after what you've just seen with Gnurgle and Mads.
Yeah. Gwen really wants to get out of this like enclosed, like curtained off area with these guys. She really wants to go, but she will ask, are you familiar with something called the conspiracy?
Oh, yes, of course, the conspiracy. They are the collection of all raven folk and who they very much enjoy collecting information, especially secrets, and distributing them in particularly painful ways.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's probably nothing. They just said something a little. I think they got confused, but I thought I would just check, cause like I'm from Thorgrove, and my dad is Garendian. But they seem to be a little bit confused about that, and I just thought I'd just ask just to get clarification on that, why they would say stuff.
Now, I'm in an interesting position here because you're asking me for clarification, but obviously they told you that to distress you.
Yes.
So if I clarify, will I be distressing you more?
I think it depends on your answer. What?
I mean, it's entirely possible that I'll just say it, shall I?
Uh-huh.
Your father is half Aruhani.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Thanks. Cool. Thanks.
Of course.
Thanks. I hope you guys have a lovely date this
See,
evening.
it really does look like I've distressed you by saying that.
I hope you have a wonderful date this evening. Thank you. Okay.
Great. Good.
Cool.
Great.
Cool.
She'll wave you away.
Cool.
To your family, Isabyn. Bye.
So
Cool.
does that mean he's here for the census then?
Maybe. Probably.
Does he get half censored?
I don't know.
Census
Like, does
is-
he? Like, do they like? What is it? Do I? No.
You've never heard him described as anything but Garendian.
Cool. Thanks.
Yep.
So, Gnurgle? Did she, nice going. Thank you.
Not a problem. I'm surprised that you haven't fell for my charms yet, young Gwen, but, I try to keep it all under wraps so I don't cause an awkward
Yeah.
friendship thing. It can get rather complicated.
Yeah, it just all that tension in the workplace can be, real rough.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that you're not letting me use all your charms.
I respect you, Gwen. I don't
Thank
want to
you.
have to use my talents on you.
Please never say anything that way ever, please.
I respect you as a lady. I respect you as a master ranger, and I don't want to have to, conjure up something to, make it really bad for our, her ventures. But Matt's is really cool with me having female friends, so it's fine.
Oh, that's good. That's healthy. It's really, that's healthy. I'm glad you guys have discussed your boundaries like that. That's good.
I'm glad we have boundaries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really don't want to have to role play going out for dinner if that's all right.
You don't?
No.
Like, you want to role play the whole date with Madam Mad?
From beginning to end.
Should we order a bottle? Should we get a bottle or just glasses? And are you drinking tonight? Because if I'll drink tonight if you're drinking tonight, but it's gonna up the bill. So, I mean, do you want to do more just drinks and appetizers, or?
This is the thing. Gnurgle's paying for everything, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tonight he is. That's what
She's gonna get wasted on your gold.
She owns a business which spans the entire country. She's not gonna gold dig this evening. It's not gonna exploit.
She sounds like we're both in very.
It's going to be a 50-50 thing.
I'm guessing it'll get to the end. It'll be like, oh no, let's just split the bill.
Yeah.
Please let me get the tip. I'll get the tip.
Yeah, the tip.
Wonderful. If you take away all of the obvious stuff, it's very healthy. They got very healthy boundaries. Everybody knows what they want. Nobody's getting hurt. We split the bills. Yeah.
Oh, rather good.
There you go. How does this new information affect Gwen?
She's gonna while Gnurgle's out, she's gonna go and just set up a tab at the inn for her friends, get herself a drink, drink it, and then go up to bed. But all her friends can drink on her tab tonight.
More than fair enough. So you have visited Madame Mad, and you're finishing off your first afternoon, evening in Menacille. Gnurgle goes out for his date. Gwen opens a tab and goes up to her room with a drink. When you get to your room, Gwen, you hear a voice in your head that says, Gwen, it's your mum. I'm sending this via sending. Only have a few words. Got your letter. Would love to talk.
Cool. How do we do that? Did you know Dad's half Aruhani?
It's 12.
Please get in contact. How long have you had sending?
And that is where we will end it for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. Tune in next time for the continuing adventures of the Reserve List. Bye-bye.